Oh. Whoa! I believe we're looking tribal without the Bible. Samson who? I don't even know what I'm saying right there. But we looking good is what I'm trying to convey. And we as muscular as fuck every day. Whoa! Alright. So, we're going to be helping a few people out with the alpha male advice, as you know we do. And hopefully by a few, I mean thousands of people, if not more, eventually as we grow this channel and are able to actually reach out and do something that no one is doing, which is helping people with specific problems, challenges, hurdles. And by specific, I mean things like you yourself are going through that a lot of people aren't even talking about. So let's take a look at what we have today. Oh yeah, I think this is going to be a good one, everybody. So today we have Emily B. I would have named myself something different if I was a girl, but I'm such an alpha male, I can't even imagine what being a girl would be like. Like, I would just still have muscles and be 50 feet tall. Like, guess in every expanded universe, I'm still the man amongst men. The god amongst men, depending how you know me. So, Emily B. Oh, she seems red pill as fuck. She says, we really should shut the fuck up. As in, women should shut the fuck up. All right. Okay. It's called a field report on red pill women. The subreddit. She goes, I just witnessed in action why men get so frustrated when making something happen while women watch. Gentlemen, have you ever been doing something and then there's like this girl who's like, I think you should do this, or I don't know about that, blah, 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 blah. Probably where we're going with this, most likely. My boyfriend is moving a very heavy machine, a complicated endeavor. He's the only man available to do so with 3 women to help, including me. His mother, bless her heart, she is sweet, but she really is an example of not implementing shut the fuck up and support. She kept asking, this might actually be hilarious. She kept asking, can you do it like this? And suggesting things and overall getting in the way. To the point where my boyfriend had to politely ask her to stay in the living room, out of the way, without comments. Alright, we got a little comedy piece for you gentlemen tonight. I just stood quietly and out of the way until he needed me. He'd hand me things to hold or tell me to grab things. I didn't say a word, but okay. I'm not perfect. I did think you should do this multiple times, but I didn't say a single peep. Let me pause you right there. The alpha-ist among alpha-list men, the men among men. You not saying something, but thinking that something could be done differently doesn't make you quote-unquote not perfect. In fact, if I was doing something in front of any girls that I associate with, right? And they were thinking to themselves, oh no, like if you did it like this would be way better. I wouldn't be opposed to a suggestion here and there. Like, look, okay, I'm damn near perfect. But if you see something that could be more perfecter, yeah. But that also has to do with the fact that I surround myself with both men and women who are capable in their own rights and in their own fields. And I'm pretty fucking capable as well. Like, you're going to have a hard time finding me doing something in which it could be done better. So, based off that and the company I surround myself with, if someone was like, hey, if you do it this way, you might have better success, I wouldn't be offended. And you know what? The company I keep, they could be right. Because I surround myself with those types. And I myself am high tier in my logic, my thinking, my assessment, my problem solving, blah, 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 blah. Your gentleman probably isn't too bad as well. So if you are on here as a red pill woman with the conscientiousness enough to say, I didn't say a single peep, but I did think something, so I'm not perfect, I bet you what you saw would have been helpful. Despite his mom giving all the suggestions that are unhelpful, you yourself, I would not say the first thing I thought, but think to yourself 2 or 3 times and try to rationalize if it would be helpful or not, and then say it. Because you might actually help him out. If he doesn't want to hear it, it's probably because his mom said 85,000 things that didn't make anything more helpful, and he might just be tired of hearing shit. But if you have a good relationship with him, anybody can say something 5 million times in his ear that's unhelpful. And the one little thing that you mutter that is a little bit helpful, he'll listen to because it's from you. Which means you got to be accurate with the help you suggest, because you also have a reputation. So anything you suggest, you do need to think through before you mention it so that you can keep a good reputation of having helpful suggestions. Moving on. Eventually his mom was back over again. Back making comments. Back trying to involve herself. Unfortunately, you mean fortunately? Fortunately, I'm gonna say it for you. Fortunately, her finger got nipped in the process. And I gotta thanks so much for your help. Shut the fuck up and be a support, ladies, not a headache. That's what she said. Not me, but I fully endorse this message. Update. He got me alone while putting away tools. She gives quotation marks on. Gave me a kiss in all kisses with roaming hands and a heartfelt thank you. So you do have a good relationship with him, which means if you see something and you think it through and you're like, yeah, that actually might be helpful, and you phrase it in a way where you're like, hey, I was thinking this might be helpful, he'll listen to you. Yeah, that kind of relationship. So do it. Help him out. Like, you ever see that cartoon where like there's the commander and like there's like a ship that's gonna sink or something and he won't listen to his underlings. He's like, oh, I don't want to hear it. They're like, but he's like, I don't want to hear it. They're like, oh, okay. And then like the bad thing just fucking happens. Us men aren't like that, okay? We're very commanding, domineering, yes. But if you actually can establish a reputation for being helpful and you say something even while we're busy, we'll listen. Because guess what? The only thing we want to do is just do that thing we're doing better. So yeah. She goes on to say, I don't want to be misunderstood. This isn't a haha, I'm better story. Guess what, motherfuckers? Haha, I'm better. This is just a position. I would never disrespect his mother. I adore her and we bake together. I did debate whether to post this because of the people involved, but I decided the lesson was blatant and worth sharing. However, I accept this can be seen as inappropriate, so I don't judge you if you think so and express that. Thank you. So she's definitely seems like she's a red pill woman. She seems like she's based. She's aware and seems feminine, definitely. She is feminine from all the accounts that she's given, right? She's even feminine in the way that she posts, as to not rustle feathers, but just sharing her opinion and letting you know that if you disagree, she's not even mad. This is like one of the most feminine posts that's not blatantly being feminine. This is just very feminine in nature. Yeah, I think haha, I'm better is okay in some circumstances. Obviously, this is just you sharing a story, but it is better than a lot of females would have handled it with their guy, right? The mom, I actually would talk with her next time you're baking and be like, I noticed blah, 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 whatever his name is, was doing a pretty good, he ended up doing a pretty good job with the thing, right? And she'll be like, yeah, when he's doing that kind of thing, I try to stay quiet, is what I would say if I was you, in your situation, because he's concentrating. And from what I've seen, he always gets things great. Whether he does always or not, just say he always does, because that's the only reason she's there. She doesn't want him to get hurt. She wants whatever he's doing to come out well. I will also mention this as a mother, right? She saw his little 6-inch ass, when his ass was about the size of a teacup puppy, or his whole body was. She was there for that, right? So most mothers end up seeing their sons become strong, independent men, and they view them that way. But some mothers still remember wiping their child's bottom. And that sounds like this kind of a mom. The way you could possibly help his and her relationship is by passively letting her know during random times and maybe even during planned times that he's just a G. He fucking gets things right. He knows what the fuck he's doing. Because she remembers that time that he fell down and scraped his elbow and his mom or his dad had to put alcohol in the scrape. And they remember when, he bit down on something too hot and he cried. Like some parents, most parents don't have this problem, but some parents, especially this one, remembers those things. So she sees her baby. She sees her baby moving something heavy. She doesn't want him to break a toe. She doesn't want him to drop the thing. You get it, right? Some of you reading this have those kinds of moms, right? Because they're not terribly uncommon, but they're less common than they are common. But yeah. So your role in helping out their relationship, and by extension your relationship with her, would be to, from time to time, mention something how he did amazingly or really great. Because she needs to also reprogram her mind to know that if her husband, or her son in this case, her son says, hey, I got this thing, and trust him to get the thing, right? Because imagine yourself in the zombie apocalypse scenario, right? He's like, Mom, I'm going to go get food for the camp. She's like, oh no, did you take your canteen? He's like, yes, Mom. She's like, did you take extra ammunition? He's like, yes, Mom. Like, she's going to be more of a distraction to him. She has to see him as a man and not as a child whose bottom she wiped. And that's how you can help. So that one came from Amelie B. And the other one came from, wait. We're not quite there yet. You don't know what the other one is. Well, wait till you get a load of this name. So Amelie B., you're welcome for the amazing advice. Now let's get on to the nuts. Hey, what's up, motherfuckers? Are you broke? Are you not broke? Are you broker than a joke? Are you doing good? Are you not doing good in life? Well, this YouTube channel's for you. God Connecticut, the host, owner, and badass mofo of GGX straight up. Looking good in the neighborhood as always. Welcome to the YouTube channel. I'd like to give a shout out to myself for today's sponsor. Now, I want to ask everybody watching this real quick, very, very brief question. How much did you pay to watch this video? Oh, really? You don't say. Oh? That's absolutely amazing. Well, since you got in on this video at that low price, how about you do what you can to show a little love and support? Hit the subscribe button right now. Just smack it in the face like somebody told you your girlfriend's fat. Only if she isn't fat. If she is fat, just like nod and agree and then get her on some, weight loss pills and a treadmill. Get her a gym membership. Can't be walking around no fat hoes. Okay? No fat sloops. Anyways, go ahead, like, subscribe, do all that stuff, show some love. Now back to the video. So this one is also from a red pill woman. And this one is called, Is Illicit Expectations Going Overboard? Well, I don't know. Let's talk about it, shall we? Not even throw away, just throw raw. 2, 4, and a bunch of numbers. I tell you, if this question couldn't help people, I wouldn't even give you the time of day with your fake ass name. Listen though, you're about to get your shit updated and answered, okay? So here we go. Is a list of expectations going overboard? I did not send a list and decided to break things off. He admitted that he did like me, but that he's just very emotionally damaged and doesn't know how to properly show interest in someone. It was amicable. Okay. She says, that was, I guess, an update to the situation. She goes, I've been casually seeing this guy for about 2 months. Neither of us is seeing anyone. He said he's not too interested in looking around. I told him that I was casually talking to other people, which didn't bother him, but he knows that I'd like to make this a serious relationship. However, he's not putting in a lot of time or effort into this. So about a week ago, I kindly asked him, she put kindly in parentheses to let us know she wasn't a bitch about it, what his end goal is, and he admitted that he doesn't know. He said that he gets into casual, non-sexual situations. The girls end up having expectations that he feels he can't meet, and then the relationship falls off. I told him that it was fine, and that I obviously was willing to wait for him to figure out what he wants, but obviously not forever. I also told him that the ball was in his court, and that I wasn't going to put in effort that wasn't being reciprocated, and to let me know when he wants to see me. We've talked for a bit since then, but not a lot. So I decided to take a few days to wait for him to think about what I want. And I told him that I would text him when I got back from a trip. So based on what he said, my plan is to give him a list of my expectations because I feel like we align on things and it might soothe his anxiety about not being able to meet them. Nothing wild, just basic things like how often I like to see him, my own desire for personal space, and need for emotional stability, the basics. That way he can just know if these things that he feels he can do or not. Is this a good idea? I feel like it is, but I don't want to be overbearing. This is a very new connection, and I don't want to be that girl trying to push things faster than they need to go. He said he's a slow mover, which is fine, so I'm not trying to make things go faster than he's comfortable with. Did I just read all this with the spoiler at the beginning? Because that makes this shit even more hilarious. So she starts off by saying that, okay guys, and also chick who wrote this because I'm answering your throwaway question, right? I'm just smiling because I'm trying not to break out in full hysteria right now. But she said that she's willing to wait for him, that take his time, blah, 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 the ball's in his court. And then if we go to the very beginning, she goes, updated list, updated, I did not send a list, and I decided to break things off. She's not red pill, she's working on it. This is a journey this chick is on, holy fuck. Because she starts off by telling him literally one thing and then doing something completely opposite. She in fact tells all of us one thing and then does something completely opposite. She says that she's going to give him time and put a little bit of an ultimatum out there and then maybe also show up with a list and have a little sit down with them to see if they both meet eye to eye. And then the next fucking post is, I didn't do any of that shit, fuck it. This is females for you. Even when they're trying to be traditional and red pill, it's a journey and it takes a moment. It doesn't happen overnight. And this is prime example. She wants to be red pill. She's here with the red pill community, but she's still doing basic bitch shit, which is fucking hilarious. So, seeing as how you already fucked up this relationship, let me prepare you for the next one throwaway. Or throw-ara. Who comes up with this shit? So, your value is low. You have really low value. Okay? The way I know that is like, it's fucking obvious. I was just catching myself flexing at myself. By the way, there's no explanation for this hotness. Anyways, the reason you're low value and the reason I know it is not because there's no picture up there, right? It's because when a girl is high value, the only man who might put her off is another high value and oftentimes higher value man, right? In the normal space, if you are a high value woman, any normal man would like fucking scoop you up like you were ice cream. Just right there. And then drink you too. But you're not. So you're dating a guy who fails with women, which also tells me what kind of female you are. The fact that he was even an option and you guys did this little roundabout with each other shows me that neither one of y'all are worth shit. Doesn't mean you can't be worth shit, okay? But look, this is how I give people information. I don't cut corners. I pull the punches a little bit. I'm not trying to fucking destroy you, make you jump off of a cliff tonight, right? But you're not worth shit in your current state. You need to do some goddamn evolution. Because the option that you thought about waiting around for was a guy who fails historically, generally, and often with other females. So that tells us a lot about both of you. That's what you were waiting on. What if I told you that I was trying to save up money to buy a 1976 Honda Civic that didn't work, and then at the same time I tell you that life was good? Well, your first question would be like, is that my dream car? Is that just the thing you want? And I was like, no, that's my price budget. Well, even though I said life was good, you would immediately know that life was not good. And so you being on here talking about this, it doesn't matter what you say about any other relationships, about what you believe or what you know. It tells me a lot about you. Also tells me about how you look. I need you in the gym immediately. I need you to get in a membership that you may or may not use, and I need you trying to use it, okay? I need you to find one of your fat friends, and I need her also going with you, because fat people work better in groups, kind of like a buffet. I need you to learn how to do makeup. I need you wearing your heels, all these things. And the reason I say I need you doing this is because you need you doing this. I actually don't need you doing this, but if you want to improve, then those are the things that you need to do. So let's replace I need you with you need you. You need to be upping your value by learning how to do your makeup better, dress better, get in better shape, lose weight. If you're over 130, fix that shit now. Get yourself together. And you don't need to expect more from men. You don't want to improve yourself and at the same time raise your standards for men, because that's the bullshit that happens, right? Is that females, and you should know this if you spent any time in red pill communities, male or female, is that you girls start off really shit, right? But then somewhere along the line, like somebody gets you a gym pass and some diet pills, and then like people or men start giving you a little bit more attention, and it goes straight to your fucking cranium, and you become worthless, worse than where you were when you were fat. Because now you're unusable and unlovable. You ever met a fat person who was lovable? That's possible. But a chick who is unbearable and hot is extremely unlovable. And that's something that almost can never be fixed. We can take fat off of you and give you some tits, you know? You can buy that kind of thing. But when a female becomes attractive and her brains get spoiled, that's almost irreversible. So let me help you out now. Increase your value, but don't necessarily increase your standard of men. What's going to happen is when you start to look better, you speak more femininely, you dress more femininely, you're automatically going to attract a higher tier of man, right? And the men that come to you or that you go to are going to be in a higher echelon than anything you've dealt with before. So you're automatically just going to be happier with what comes your way and what you're able to attract. On the other hand, you can stay doing whatever the fuck you've been doing for your entire life and get these fucking results. You keep messing around with guys who fell with girls. I could bet you money right now that you wouldn't want to send a picture of you or him. Exactly. Pictures are worth 1,000 words. Anybody who tells you that beauty is in the eye of anything is fucking retarded. Anybody who tells you that beauty is on the inside is also retarded. Behavior is on the inside, but beauty is definitely on the outside. You know how many hot chicks out there I wouldn't fuck, but I can tell you are fucking hot? And if they came over to anything that I was doing and didn't talk and ruin the image, I would give them the time of day. Tons. Okay? Unfortunately, there's a lot of hot chicks who open their mouth and they would ruin that experience with me. But There's a lot of chicks who come over and hold up a sign that goes, "I'm mute, sleep with me," and like it would have a better chance of working than if they use words. What we're trying to do with you is get you to the point where you could come over and you would look hot, but then also speak and not ruin that. That's what red pill women and red pill in general is about. Getting you to the higher level where you physically are attractive and useful and mentally are an assistance to your man. Up your game, cook, clean, learn to do your beauty, which is nails, hair, all that good shit, makeup obviously. Dress more feminine throughout your pants, get your skirts and your dresses and your heels, and embrace your femininity. And of course, one of the most important things, the second most important thing, is making sure that you physically are good to go. Physically actually does take a backseat to mentally good to go, right? But it's like neck and neck, right? Because if you're not physically attractive, you're always gonna just get bottom shelf dudes, right? Not men, just fucking dudes. Somebody told me the word dude is a hair on a horse's butt. You can fact check that, but that's what you're gonna get if you're not physically attractive. If you are physically attractive, then you will get not the horse hair butt. You'll get much better things. But if you don't know how to treat your man with admiration and you want to be treated as a queen, you're not gonna be able to hold him. And then you will be left still with empty nest and nothing to hold against your breast. So that's us helping the Throw Raw account and Emily B. Okay? You're right. Women should shut the fuck up unless they have something great to offer. And you girls out there know if the words that come out of your mouth are worth hearing. And if they are, then share in a expedient and concise and friendly feminine way with your man. And Throw Raw, up your game. All of you, if you're like Throw Raw and you're getting these wishy-washy dudes who aren't men, it's because you can't attract a man. Remember, gender consignment is male and female. Men and women, wonderful girls. Those are things that have to be created. They are not just as existing. You're born a male or a female. Yes, there are only two. But you become a man, a woman, or a special girl to someone. And let that sink in. You know what to do with the video. Make sure everybody sees it. Make sure you're watching to the end. One day, when this channel's making a shit ton of money, I'm gonna remember you. Probably. So as long as you're watching, I'll be making. God Connecticut, always looking hard as fuck. Lean and mean, but definitely not green. See you in the next video. Alpha male advice.
But the people are retarded.